Hello everyone, this is LE Diecast again, and in this video we're going to continue looking at this box of old Matchbox cars that I got. I got these in single lots, so I bought them one at a time, and I just had the person who was selling them just kind of pile them up for me until I told them I was done buying, and they shipped them all at once, which is a good trick if you're buying anything online, to see what the seller is also selling and see if you want to buy a bunch of their stuff and combine shipping. So these are all Matchbox cars, and they're all going to be pre-1990, I think. I don't quite know all what's in this box. I did take some of these out and clean them up, buff them up a little bit, but not all of them. Some of them are really dirty. So we'll start with this guy. This is Minnehaha, and this was one of two cars that came out at the same time that had little drivers, and this is probably the more popular one, or the more common one. And this one is this one's pretty easy to find. It's part of a lot of lots, but it's an interesting car because of that driver, and hard to see. It's really just his head that's modeled. It's kind of a Red Baron driver, but it's also got this little Mini Cooper look to it, which made it popular, and it's got that crazy engine on it. So that's Minnehaha. Next up, we've got another fantasy car. This one, speaking of popular models, another real popular model, another early popular model for Matchbox. Again, we've got those stickers. Stickers usually mean with Matchbox that it's one of the older issuings of the casting. And this one, there were two cars that look like this as well. There's this one, which is the, I should know, I have another one of these. This is the Blue Shark. I should have known that. And there's another one that has two engines on the back that looks very similar. The two cars both have these kind of big pontoon front ends on them. This guy rolls just fantastic. These big black wall wheels on these old Matchbox really have a smooth ride. They're really nice wheels. They're just very smooth. They're quiet. They don't do that kind of electric swooshing sound that Hot Wheels do today when you spin them. And they're just very quiet ride. So that's a nice car. Next up, got a little truck. I didn't know anything about this little truck when I got it, and I thought it was a side loader. There's another truck like this that's missing one of the walls, and when I saw it and originally bid on it, I thought it was a side loader, but it's not. It's just a little truck. I don't know much about it. It's got a little hitch on the back. This guy, oh, it's also got this really cool little wheel on the side right there. This one is an older model. This is the Unimog. And do we get a date? Do we get a date? I don't think that's a date there, is it? No. No date on it, but it's probably one of the older models because see that big heavy-duty stainless steel axle on that puppy? That usually is one of the older models, so that's probably a 1970s model. This one of my favorite cars. I have a few of these, and they're hard to find with the cars. Kids would rip the cars off. Little car mover. I just like those cars. I think those cars are really, it's kind of neat that they're abstract or covered with tarp or something, but I just like the way those cars look, and they're red, yellow, and blue, primary colors. This is the car transporter, and it's 1976 is the casting. Again, can't always trust those castings. I think they only released this in 1 year, if I remember right. I was going to say we could look at the axles, but this is after they started covering up the axles. So next up, Red Ryder. And this guy is a older release, or not an older, a newer release. You can tell for a lot of reasons. Have a quick quiz. Again, casting on the bottom says 1972. It's not a 1972 because anybody? Why can't this car be a 1972? Because those tampos there, see, no stickers, those tampos would not have been on a 1972 car, and You got a lot of plastic parts here. This is plastic. That probably would have been metal in 1972. Also, this styling of a car, the muscle car type thing with these huge pipes, doesn't really scream 1972. So, again, it's probably a early 1980s model, is what I'm guessing. I look all these up eventually, but that's what I'm guessing. This little guy, this one's neat. It's another Roll-O-Matic, and I don't know, there he goes. See that little guy? See him hopping around in there? That is because there's a little, where is it? There it is. There's a little tab on the bottom, Roll-O-Matic. And so whenever you see these Roll-O-Matics, or you see a tab on the bottom, like that, a little tab on the wheel there, if you see that, the car should do something. So before you buy it at a show, roll it around and make sure it does its little trick. If it doesn't, if you look in there, and I'm never going to get this on camera, I don't think. Let me check here. I kind of have to look through the camera. If you look in there, there's a little gear. It's hard to see. I don't think you're going to see it. There's a little gear, or like a little plate in there that rolls around, and the plates in there, you can usually fix them. You can usually drill out the rivet and fix these guys up. If the little plate is out, you can't fix them. So at least I can't. But this guy is the Beach Hopper, and he's 1973 Lesney. This might be the 1973 model. If not, it's 1974. I don't remember which sticker 1973 model had on it. Next up, a little cherry picker car with a dude that's about ready to fall out. There we go. A lot of these cherry pickers are out. I think this is the 5th or 6th one I've seen in my collection in the last 3-4 months. Cherry pickers will go up. I can move this back a little bit. You can see that that cherry picker goes way up there. Kids love the cherry pickers. My son even has a few of these. Easy to find these with this broken off. And a lot of people think it's like a fire truck with it broken off. But it's supposed to have that in the back. So, also has tampos. Can't be that old. So, where's the other parts of this one? No, okay. This was another one that I bought the lot for, or I think I paid the second most for this one. This one's hard to find in decent shape. I've only seen a few of them in decent shape. This guy is the Hot Rod... What is it? Hot Rod Draguar? Is it Draguar? I didn't think that was the name of this model. Okay, 1970. And this one wasn't... yeah, Matchbox. Okay. Again, it's got a great front end. I was really happy to see that this guy came in bouncing. It's this plastic piece. This thing gets chewed up. And Hot Wheels, asphalt, concrete, or sorry, Matchbox we're talking about. Concrete, asphalt do not mix. And this little thing, this top, would just get chewed up. You can see in this one, it's a little bit dinged up and there's a crack in it. But that's one of the better ones I've seen, and the paint job on this is perfect. Somebody took care of this, because for it to bounce that much, be in that good a shape, have all its parts and its paint, this particular model is really easy to get beat up. So that one was really kind of the find of this whole lot for me. I like that one. Next up, another one of these guys. This is the Big Banger. Remember, we just saw this guy. Here's his little friend. Same car, different names, tampos. This one has to be older. This one, stickers. This one also has a different engine on it. See, different engine. You can see different kind of styling for the times. Remember I said that the metal on this guy had plastic. This guy has metal. So, and I don't know, are they the same? This is Red Ryder. This is Big Banger. And I'm guessing Big Banger got retired for, well, some obvious reasons, which you can make up your own story why they probably changed the name on that one. More of a 70s thing. All right, so this one here is the, not the Grease Lightning, that's what I was going to call it. It's the Tommaso Pantera. 1975. Again, not 1975. It's got tampos on it. But neat car. A lot of people like these Panteras. There was quite a few of them in the Matchbox line. Next up, we've got Revan Rebel. You can come out. And this guy is the Dodge Challenger 1975. Do you want to sit up in your seat?
Yeah.
All right. Just a second. Got to put my son up here in the bleachers. So, back to what we were doing. Revan Rebel. Another one. This one's popular. You usually have to pay quite a bit. Those are actually tampos on it. They look like stickers. In fact, they kind of have a little bit of a shadow on them. They look like stickers. In fact, no, those are tampos. I think they're just very early tampos when they were thicker. Metal piping down here usually says that they're older. It's got an interesting top because it's got an interesting texture to it. But there you go. Next up, this one I had as a kid. Mine is nowhere near in this good a shape. And also very hard to find this one with both stickers. So I was happy to get this one. This guy's got some bounce left in him. This was one of the earlier Hot Wheels, or earlier, I got that all wrong. Earlier Matchboxes when they went to fantasy cars. And this guy's going to be the early 70s, yeah. He's a road dragster, 1970. There was a pink one or a purplish one of these as well. I don't remember which color came first. Next up, this guy. And stickers means he's a little bit older. Stickers are in great shape. Remember that styling we talked about at the end of the last video? Here, let me get that. Remember this styling and this styling? All these cars have kind of the same styling. See that curve, and then it meets the straight lines. Curves and straight lines. Curves, straight lines. And again, there's an art style where that is the thing. And I do not remember what it is. If I remember it, I'll mention it in another video. But one of the art styles of the day had that as their styling. So that's why you see it. This car is a Harry Hustler. Is it Harry Hustler? I think it's Harry Hustler. Another one that I'm sure the name changed on this one fairly quickly. That's a very 1970s thing. Here's another more modern styling of that same car. Again, stickers. A little bit older car. This one is a 1970s Porsche 910. I don't know if that's the original Porsche 910. I don't remember it being red, but this one's also very hard to find. Those curved pieces there get scratched really easy. This one's in great shape. This was one of them that took a lot of cleaning up. In the picture in the auction, this one looked horrible. It was all dusty and dirty. And with some cleaning up, some buffing, this guy's in great shape now. So next up, this guy, which you can't really get much of a Matchbox lot without getting yourself a Javelin. And I believe this is Javelin. Yeah, it's the AMX Javelin, 1972. This was another one that was beat up in the picture in the eBay auction, and this one is more beat up. So it just goes to show you can't always tell by the picture. I have a few of these, and this one is probably in the least good condition of the ones I have. He's not gonna bounce much. He's been played with. He still rolls, but yeah. So that's Javelin. Very common car if you're looking for the older Matchboxes. This one's interesting. It's a truck, and if I get it all put together here we go. So this guy's the Sealand truck. And this one's hard to find with the plastic container. It's actually kind of fragile for Matchbox.